Roguelikes are an interesting genre of game. The main draw of roguelikes are, obviously, having something new every time you play it. Games like Rogue Legacy and The Binding of Isaac really nailed this formula. For me, personally, what sets a good roguelike apart is how it presents its story. Can it use the game's ever-changing levels or characters to help service the narrative in some way? Again, games like Rogue Legacy do this very well. I love coming across roguelikes that handle stories in interesting ways. That's why I'm so intrigued by the game we're talking about today, Rogues Like Us. Rogues Like Us is currently in development by Oddbite, a small team of 6 guys working full-time to bring this idea to life. The game began as a student project originally named Dungeoneers. It was so well received that the team decided to rebuild the game into what we see now. They just recently wrapped up a successful Kickstarter campaign and plan to release the game this fall. It's also been greenlit for release on Steam. I downloaded the free demo offered on their website, which is what you're seeing here. First off, how does it play? Well, if the self-described Binding of Isaac meets Bastion style gameplay doesn't excite you, then I guess probably nothing will. Oddbite does wear those inspirations on their sleeve, as you can really feel their influence on the game design. The game is still in its alpha phase, so the actual moment-to-moment gameplay isn't extremely polished, but there is enough of a base there to get a feel for how the final product might play. You have your basic attack, dash, and an area of effect attack. You also have a special attack that consumes some of your weapon's power and releases a highly damaging beam. You move from room to room, encountering mobs of enemies, item chests, rooms full of breakable pots, and eventually a boss. As you move through the dungeons, you can find new weapons and armor blueprints that offer different stat boosts and can change the way you approach combat. So that's the basic breakdown of how the game plays, but the real kicker is how Oddbite is shifting the focus of the story. This is why I opened the video by talking about stories in roguelikes. The story in Rogues Like Us will focus more on the weapons in the game rather than the people who wield them. Instead of leveling up your character, you level up your weapons. They explained it on their Kickstarter page like this. Each rogue you play as will die, and with each death, the weapons you use will feed and become stronger, imbuing even more power into the next rogue that comes along. These weapons are important to your clan, they protect the people you love. So what if you die? Maybe your efforts will provide enough power for the next rogue to achieve what you failed to do. And that really stuck out to me when I was reading it for the first time. It seems like such a fresh and interesting idea, and I'm really excited to see how they expand on it in the future. If you're a fan of roguelikes just in general, then Rogues Like Us is definitely one that you should keep your eye on.